Today, business owners in the Highlands met with the mayor and the police chief about the past 2 weekends of chaos and street takeovers, crowds spilling into those streets. Meanwhile, the mayor is touting new numbers that show violent crime is down in the city. Mayor Greenberg saying overall the city has seen 33% fewer shootings since this time last year. In LMPD's 2nd Division in West Louisville, shootings have dropped 43.9% from this time last year.
And joining us now live, we're pleased to welcome the Metro Police Chief, Paul Humphrey. Chief, I want to talk to you about the 15-year-old's arrest in just a second. But first, you just came from that Bardstown Road meeting. What did you tell the business owners that's going to be different for this weekend? What's your game plan?
Well, the business owners and the residents in the area are understandably upset, just like you would if it was your neighborhood, any other neighborhood in the city. And when you think about it and put it in context, we put out a crime plan, right? And part of that crime plan was data responsive policing. That means how we shift resources in response to day-to-day incidents, week-to-week incidents. So obviously what we did last week didn't work. We put extra people out there. We're going to put even more resources out there this week. We plan to be very, very proactive. So you will see an increased presence there, and you'll see officers contacting people early on, and hopefully we prevent those problems. But if people want to get out of hand, we have a place for them to stay at 6th and Cedar.
Are you talking about doubling the number of officers you had last year, or even increasing it close to that?
Well, I'm not going to put out the exact number of officers that we have, but we do have a detail that'll be out there with several resources. You'll see mounted patrol out there early in the evening, and so we'll have a presence there all night long.
So you borrow from other divisions?
Well, so this will be some borrowing from other divisions, but no other division is losing any manpower for this. This is all overtime staffing.
What about the parking lot plan? I know you all early on had talked about blocking parking lots. That was for last weekend. Did that take place?
So just about every business over there with a parking lot has a no trespass waiver that's on file, which means that we can go on their lots, enforce people being on their lots, lock people up, tell them to leave, tow cars if we need to. So we'll make sure that those lots are kept clear, and so none of those problems get out of control. There's
been a lot of talk about the businesses that stay open late. I know the most recent incident happened around 3 a.m., maybe making the hours till 2 a.m. Did you all talk about that at this meeting? Would that be helpful to police?
There's a lot of conversation around zoning and ordinances and things like that. That's not my purview, so I really don't have control over that. What I can tell you is that we're going to enforce the laws that are there, and if people get out of control, we'll take care of it.
Chief, what have you learned about why this is suddenly happening? 2 weekends in a row. Last year, of course, you were so busy with street racing. Now it's these pop-up takeovers, it seems.
Yeah, and you saw what happened last year with the street racing. That was an issue for a couple of weeks. We put resources in it. We learned from what happened in the previous weeks, and you don't see that as being the issue anymore. And this is the same thing will happen with this. We'll get our hands wrapped around this, and we'll put a stop to it. And we're prepared for any of this to happen in any other neighborhood, so we can move those resources as needed.
With the street racing, it certainly seemed like the threat of impounding cars made a huge difference for people, and they just stop doing it. Does there need to be some kind of threat for the folks that are involved in what's going on now in the Highlands?
Well, I mean, the hope is that you follow the rules. The threat is you'll go to jail if you don't. So we'll seize cars, we'll tow cars as needed, and we'll take people to jail or cite as needed.
You made 3 arrests, one of them a 16-year-old, but have you learned the why? Why is this suddenly happening? Where are these parties coming from? Or?
Well, I think some people are jerks. I mean, that's the why. We deal in the business of people who can't follow the rules. They're habitual line crossers. And so we'll deal with this problem also.